Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome back to SciTrek.
Hello.
Your sci-fi TV and movie channel.
Sarah's back.
Sarah's back! Alive, healthy, and well.
Yes.
Yeah.
How is everybody? Y'all doing well?
I was going to say rude then, but I didn't. I'm very well, so how are you?
Doing well.
Hey, Marcos. And the picture, you know the Sci-Fi Sundays picture that you put up beforehand? Greg's doing that. And he looks like he's doing that, ready to go up you. If you look at it again, and he looks really happy about it as well. He's just like, I'm going to shove this right up.
He is very excited.
You see that? It's going right up.
In LA Comic-Con in September, we'll try to get all of us to actually recreate that picture in real life instead of just jumbles edit.
And you just looking really surprised. Greg!
I need to take more pictures of myself. I need to go get headshots like professionals so we can actually use them, but eventually.
That picture is
My picture is terrible. I gotta send you some better.
Yeah, give me pictures. My picture is actually probably the best picture I've ever taken because it was my 40th and we were at the Ritz, so I weren't messing around. So yeah, I'm looking sexy. Can't wear that shirt anymore. I got too fat for it. Anyway, oh no, I dropped my pen. That's right, I got more.
Jay, you want to talk about some United?
No, sure.
That's bad signs, then. That's bad signs. I always know if they won or not, just based on if people are making fun.
I haven't got my phone.
Yeah.
Where's my phone?
But Team USA beat Team Canada in hockey last night.
I don't know the score. You stupid woman.
Doesn't everybody know?
Britain.
It's also in our group chat.
I don't listen to you people. I'm so far up above you people. God. Team USA, what's the score?
3-1.
Oh, they smashed them then. Oh, okay. I watched the Sweden game. Oh, that was a good game. I enjoyed that.
I didn't.
Okay. 2 minutes left. Oh, thank you, Juliet. I don't have to get my phone then. Juliet, you need to tell me when the phone. Man disjointed. It's just man. God. Oh God, please help.
Disjointed is a show that got canceled way too early on Netflix. Just saying. But anyway, Jay, you brought up a wonderful, crazy, wild, cool, badass, interesting. I ran out of adjectives. Idea. The Chevron Awards.
Yeah. Well, the SciTrek.
SciTrek Chevron Awards.
SSC.
We gotta keep the name brand in there.
Yeah. What would you say? It's kind of our version of the Saturn Awards / the Oscars.
Version of the Oscars. Let's go put there right. Next episode for Sci-Fi. Yes, our version of Saturn Awards is better. So yeah, we are going to do an award. Hey, Brit, we're going to do an award thing. We're going to do it every year, but we're going to start off with the best ever for two reasons. One, it kind of makes sense, but also we can sort of figure out how to do it as we go along. And then when towards the end of the year, we'll do a 2025 one and we'll know what we're doing because we'll have done it. So we are going to do the best of. One of the things I'm talking about is because figuring out what categories to do is there's obvious ones, but then it gets a bit complicated. So today, we are going to ask you guys to help us, and we'll talk about it between the three of us, but we're going to ask you guys as well to help us to nominate our four favorite movie scripts. So it's the script, not just necessarily your favorite movie. So it's not like, so say, so say if you've got The Matrix, that might be your favorite sci-fi movie. But is it more because of the special effects and the action? Is it the script? Right? So this one we're doing the script. So, but it has to be an original script. but we will allow a little bit of fudging in that area. So let me explain again. Say 2001: A Space Odyssey is technically based on a short story by Arthur C. Clarke.
Yes.
But it was only like inspired by. So we will allow that as an original script. Star Wars, Star Trek, pretty much anything within those franchises is original. You can have it. But you can't have something like Blade Runner because that is directly taken from a novella. You couldn't have Buck Rogers because it's directly taken from a novella. Okay, so it has to be original. Now, this is easy for the episodes, the TV, because once you've got those, you can basically just pick the episodes that you love the most, and we need to pick 4 to nominate. Ever. The movies is a little harder, and one of us is going to have our phones ready, and we're going to have to double check that things are actually original. All right.
I'm at the laptop. I can type.
Right.
There you go. Right. So, there's only 2 films with original. Now, there's loads of films with original scripts, but it is harder for the movie. Juliet's already in there. Star Trek: Wrath of Khan. I'm going to put it. Out of the Star Wars, well, let's get Star Wars out of the way first. What is the one that Secret Pocket World stories? No, because it's a series of novels first, isn't it? What have they made a movie out of Secret Pocket Worlds? No, it's not. You're right. You're right, Joey. No. Deep Space Nine is just that's the original. Right, so Wrath of Khan anyway. Star Wars. Out of all the Star Wars movies, what do you think would you say has got the best script? And I know you're going to say it's The Rise of Skywalker. But
I couldn't even hold that one in. I was like, that one just hurt immediately. Nope.
Star Wars is a copy of Dune and Connoisseur movies, not eligible. It's a Killer Monk. It's an original thing. Look, you can get really pedantic with this, which is why I'm saying we're going to let some of this slide, because you can say a lot of things are based on the Seventh Samurai, and you can list off a million movies that are based on the Seventh Samurai, but unless they're direct, if something's inspired by something else, it doesn't count. We can say that's an original thing. What you're talking about is inspired by. All right, so no,
like even Rebel Moon would still be an original, even though it is.
We will just about let Rebel Slide move, but it's
probably
heavily inspired by.
Just grabbed and plucked, essentially.
But in that case, you could maybe get away with something like Blade Runner, though, because you read the original Philip K. Dick book, the How to Sleep thing, and it's obviously there's connections, but it is rewritten. So so we do have to let that slide a little bit. So don't get too pedantic, or we're going to be here all bloody night. Okay.
But I think Juliet was correct again here with Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. If we're overall picking super sci-fi, we might even go Rogue One. But Empire and Revenge of the Sith probably leave out a little bit of that fantasy and delve into a little bit more. Empire's probably a little more space opera than space fantasy, and Revenge of the Sith might lean into that like midi-chlorian kind of aspect and try to bring it back to sci-fi versus that fantasy. But those would be the 3 I would put at the top, realistically.
I think Rogue One.
Okay.
You remember in script?
Very much.
It's dialogue, story. It's so well done. And Ian McAvoy just said the Galaxy Quest there. I'm actually putting that.
Damn right. That was so great.
It was beautifully written. I mean, come on. So we're getting a few here. Rogue One's great. Had a thin veneer of Star Wars. Joey says Rogue One. I don't think a damn bollocks to it. Stupid, fucking stupid United. Stupid. I tell you what, hockey's way better. The Maples winning. They actually lost the last game I watched, but never mind.
Fifth Element's good.
Yes, I agree with that.
The Fifth Element. Oh yes.
Everybody's saying everything I'm thinking of. So I'm like,
Well, I mean, just for the sake of bringing things back to like the OGs, why not something like Close Encounters of the Third Kind, E.T.,
Right.
something like that.
E.T. Elliot. Oh, you can't make up dialogue.
I love E.T.'s great writing. It's a good kids movie.
It's technically a Star Wars movie in a way.
Yeah.
E.T.'s in Star Wars, they are.
Yeah, he's shaving Ewok. That's what they look like. Close Encounters, I think, is a really good shout.
Close
we
Encounters.
Throw in 2000. We can't throw in 2001 because that. No. Could we throw in 2001?
We mentioned it. I think we totally should. I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
We're up to about 8. We're gonna have to
Look at the scores.
down in a minute. 2001 Space Odyssey. I have a house Odyssey.
Gattaca is excellent. That's an excellent pick.
Can we double check that isn't based on a novel?
That's a good point.
It has the feel of a novel.
My instinct is that's based on a novel.
Yeah.
I'm agree with you, Sarah. It feels like a booky type movie.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an original.
Cool. Add Gattaca. Okay. I don't like Gattaca. It's boring. You know, like slow burn. I'm like slow shooting in the face. I started to watch that. My first thought was Spaceballs as soon as Thingy said Galaxy Quest, but is it a great script? Not sure.
Yeah.
Don't be sorry, Davey. Davey, you're a Spurs fan. Can we right, Interstellar. Interstellar's got to be based on a book, surely.
No, that Interstellar's an original.
Wow, okay, then Interstellar. There you go.
And it deserves to be on there. It might not stay on there and win the award, but
I don't think it's staying on there if we're honest, Harris. Let's be honest, buddy.
The audience has got to help out. It's got rounds of voting here. We'll see. We'll see.
Are we doing strictly science fiction or is fantasy?
Well, we blur the lines between sci-fi and fantasy.
There's blurs there too, but yeah.
Yeah.
If something goes, pew, 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 it's sci-fi. We're okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, obviously the Matrix.
Yeah,
Should
the
we
Matrix.
use
Right.
the original, obviously.
Yeah.
You could argue the Matrix is actually based on a novel, but I think that's bullshit. But a woman did sue, and she did actually say that the Terminator and the Matrix were based on novels.
She wrote too, and she won.
It's called something called the Matrix. They did settle, but it's not. I've read it. It's not.
Yeah.
Would you put the Terminator in there for script?
No.
I would put T2 for script.
T2.
Yeah.
Okay.
If
I think there's a difference between a great script and a great movie.
Yeah.
I think the Terminator. I think Predator. Sorry, is probably the greatest sci-fi movie ever made. I've always have done. It's the one I enjoy the most anyway. It's maybe not the best, but it's the one I enjoy the most. It's not got the best script. Good old the Chopper. That's not winning any awards.
No.
But I see what you're saying. It excels in its simplicity. You know? For the sake of it, it needs to be there.
I'll throw in Forbidden Planet, but we only need 4, and we're already up to about 15. So.
This is gonna be hard to really.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Alien or Aliens. Right, guys. We need to vote on Alien or Alien. No, Mike. Ad Astra. No.
Aliens.
Aliens or Alien. Come on, guys. Get into the comments. What do we think? Aliens.
Aliens.
Script.
I'm going Alien. I love Aliens, but script, I don't.
I'm leaning towards Alien. For the dialogue, for the originality. Oh my god! But Aliens is my preferred movie. Out of the 2 films, I prefer Aliens.
Yes, I would agree with that.
I will give you Alien for the script alone.
Okay, Alien Nation just popped up as well.
When we get to a VFX category, Aliens stands the test of time and still looks damn good 30 years later. So that's going to be there for sure.
Yep.
OG Total Recall?
Isn't that a graphic novel or something? Anyway, maybe I'm wrong.
I believe you're right there. I can go double check.
So we're closing that now. We've got the movies. We've got to figure out which ones are actually put forward. We need 4. And by the way, you guys are going to be able to vote on this. That's why we're doing 4, because 4 is how many you can put in a thing on that thing. So we need 4 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right. So I'm getting rid of Interstellar.
Yeah.
What?
My name's on the door. You can F off. I hate Interstellar. It's a stupid movie. It's badly written.
It's boring.
And it's boring. Yes, thank you.
That's why it's like gotten the highest release of like making money on an IMAX re-release that any movie's ever gotten, but I don't know.
I'm waiting for your point.
Exactly.
The second people stop being stupid, I'll think. Right, there was a song over here in the UK, and it was called Crazy. What the fuck is it called? Crazy Frog.
By Gnarls Barkley.
Right? No, it's a Crazy Frog, and it was number 1 for about.
I was just on YouTube.
No, it was number 1 for about 20 weeks, and it went. People are stupid. Just because something makes money does not make it good. So
that was free. People didn't have to go pay for that one on YouTube.
Cough. Here we go. Secular Monk, you're wrong. So I'm sorry, it's awful. Anyway,
we're back.
I don't think it's awful. I just think it's kind of slow. It's kind of boring, and it didn't grab me.
It's slow. It's a very cerebral kind of
accurate either. So I'll tell you the list, and then we'll just start throwing ones out. And guys, get into the comments as well. We're throwing one. We need to throw some out. Okay. So we've got Wrath of Khan, The Empire Strikes Back, Rogue One, Galaxy Quest, The Fifth Element, Close Encounter of the Third Kind, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Gattaca, Ixnay on the Interstellar Ray, The Matrix, Terminator 2, Forbidden Planet, and Alien. Okay. So Jay was locked and loaded. His SMG is locked and Interstellar, my arse.
I got a riot shield.
We've got a realistic sci-fi movie, and the robots are built like big fucking computers from the 1920s. Stupid. Right. Anyway, so any of those that you want to throw out immediately?
Gattaca.
I seconded.
Yeah, thirded.
Hey,
I just watched the Star Trek Enterprise episode, which was really cool. I love how the Klingons, their judicial system, has that big old like ball and claw that they smack on instead of a judge gavel. Coolest thing. We need one right now.
Oh, Peter just threw him Back to the Future.
Oh, damn.
We're taking them out, man. Not putting them in. I'll be in there. I'm going to have to throw it in, and then we'll have to. Right, okay, Back to the Future.
I don't think that's best script, though. I don't know. I don't think of like, oh, that's a science fiction movie. I mean, it is, but I don't really think of it that way.
Well, because it's not science fiction; it's science fantasy, technically.
Right. Time travel.
I'm trying to think of the iconic moments in the movie that everybody knows. That's because of the script or whatever. That's what or you know, a storyline that like everybody knows because it was so clever, and you know that's what I'm trying to sort of go with. And
chat, what y'all thinking?
Well, right, Back to the Future's got iconic moments, but is it more because of the characters and the Spielberg and what have you than the?
To me, that's more of a pop culture thing than it is like this great movie with a great script or anything like that.
SciTrek, you can do whatever you want with your balls after the stream. Were they listening to what we were talking about before the stream started? How do you know that?
Like, wait a second.
Mike?
It's a comedy. Yeah.
Comedy.
I think Back to the Future kinda,
yeah.
It's a rom-com.
I'm thinking Galaxy Quest. Even though it's clever.
Yeah, no.
Compared to the movies we've got on this list.
No.
Yeah. Well, okay, that's another question, I guess, before we jump too much further. Are we going to nominate these 4 based on, like, are we going Oscars here, or are we going Saturn Awards? Are we going, like, enjoyability, or are we going like, because if we're doing, this is probably a lot easier of a list if we're doing like actual greatest sci-fi's ever made. Go ahead, put 2001 on there. We could take out half that list pretty quickly if we're being objective with it.
I think
like
we need to be objective, but if you're
Mhm.
going to pick a choice, all I want to know really is what's your reasoning. So
Aye.
I would say, like, yeah, if something is, when it comes to the best movie, then I think how much you enjoy it matters.
Yes.
So for me, I will be arguing for Predator to be on that top 4 because but I am not going to argue that that's the best script or the most original script ever made, because it isn't. 2001: A Space Odyssey is not my favorite sci-fi movie ever made. I think it's a bit boring. I think it's a bit slow, but my God, it's clever.
Mhm.
And I respect it from that point of view.
And just about every sci-fi film on the list has borrowed something from it since there.
Yeah. I would genuinely take out The Matrix off this list, because I think what makes The Matrix great is not necessarily the script, even though it was very clever and put together. It's what made it really great was the cinematography and Keanu Reeves and the fight scenes, and that's what made it great. That's again top of the list for great sci-fi movie ever made, or or when we go into something like, I think we do a category like groundbreaking movie. The Matrix, groundbreaking. Everybody since, even though probably Star Wars will win if we're honest. But let's be honest, I do think we do a groundbreaking. I'm going to put that on the list. Groundbreaking.
A groundbreaking. We can probably take it off of this list, even though it would just be almost as influential as 2001. It's not something people think about as great as Fantastic Planet is. Or did we? Which one did we? It was a Fantastic Planet we put down there.
Forbidden Planet.
Forbidden. There we go. Either one of those kind of fall in that same category of like, it's just not going to make it at the end, but it would be groundbreaking because of just where they were in time as well.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm going to knock off Forbidden Planet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love
the Matrix.
Yeah. I don't know about knocking off the Matrix and keeping Predator, if I'm being honest. Like,
for script, yeah.
Right. Empire Strikes Back or Rogue One? We're losing one.
Rogue.
You keeping Rogue?
I'm leaning. No, I'm leaning right Rogue.
For sci-fi, I
Strikes Back.
Rogue.
Yeah.
Is a better written movie.
I don't know about that. Just because it's much more succinct film. Empire, I think it's still a better maybe written film because of it had to come up with all the lore to do it. Where Rogue One is filling in the blanks.
Yeah,
doing it damn well, but it's filling in the blanks nonetheless. Yeah.
We've had a couple of Rogue One out in the comments as well, so I think we're going to do that. We are making headway here. Is there any out of the list? I'll tell you what. Right now, we're at the list left now, and I want you all to pick one that is a definite keeper that you cannot have removed. All right, and guys in the comments, don't start putting lots. I want you to pick one out of what's left. We've got Wrath of Khan, Empire Strikes Back, Fifth Element, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, 2001: A Space Odyssey, The Matrix, Terminator 2, and Alien. I've got a gun to your head. You've got to keep one. Go.
2001.
Right.
Okay. I'd keep 2001 as well.
No, you can't pick the same one, you moron.
Well, shoot. I know which one I would take out immediately out of that.
So 2001 has got, we've got a couple of votes there. Oh, Joey came in with Wrath of Khan.
See, that's the only one I would take out of there. That I don't see why that's there. Obviously, I haven't seen it like that, but put it next to any of those films.
Alien 2001. Mike, what did I say? I said one. One, damn it. If you can't follow the rules. Right, okay. He said 2001 anyway, and Alien are keepers. Nobody said T. Oh, somebody said T2.
Yeah.
A couple T2s.
Nobody said Fifth Element. Another Wrath of Khan.
Oh, Ian said Fifth Element.
Did he?
Wait, there he is.
Okay, Ian said Fifth Element.
Yeah, you know what? If I can't say 2001, I'll keep Alien.
Just put Mike's last comment up.
Where is it?
I
Mike?
play by my own rules. Not in this game, you sir. Not in this game. Name on the door.
One ringy dingy.
Another Fifth Element. Okay, cool.
Couple Fifth Elements here.
Nobody said Empire Strikes Back.
Hi. How is Aliens not on this list? Because we went with Alien over Aliens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, Silent Running. How is Blade Runner not on this?
Because it's a book.
Oh, good point. Great. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Duh.
Yeah. So it will be in the conversation for the next video. Because we're going to do adaptations in the next one. So, right.
Isn't Silent Running a book, though, too? I don't know. I'm probably wrong again.
Yeah. Could you just double check Fifth Element isn't? Double check Fifth Element isn't before we go forwards.
It has the feel of like a graphic novel, but I don't know if that's...
Double check it's just not based on a novel, a novella, or graphic novel or something.
Right.
It does feel like a graphic novel, doesn't it? You're right.
Okay, so The Fifth Element was originally a screenplay, but was adapted into a novel in 1997. So it was a screenplay prior to being a novel.
Following thing, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So, based on what everyone has jumped in here, I want to take out Close Encounters.
What's left?
Right, so we got Wrath of Khan, Empire Strikes Back, The Fifth Element, Close Encounters, 2001: A Space Odyssey, The Matrix, T2, and Alien. What got votes there was Wrath of Khan. Nothing got Empire Strike Back. Fifth Element got a couple. Nothing for Close Encounters. 2001 got a couple. Nothing for The Matrix. T2 got a couple. Alien got a couple.
I would drop the Matrix.
Sorry?
The Matrix.
Did have one up there. Sorry, go.
Real talk. I would drop the Matrix as far as screenplay.
Matrix. Me and Sarah are thinking. RoboCop. Double check that as well because I'm pretty sure that was based on something.
I will real quick, but read that list one more time, Jamie. And Stormy, what are you thinking, my friend?
Hey guys, sorry I'm so late. I got 1,000 things to deal with.
No worries.
Well, Stormy Daniels, sir. We are picking we're picking the 4 nominations for the greatest original sci-fi movie ever made. Script, not the movie, the script. All right, so we're being a bit awkward.
So is this an original script or is it from a book?
Original script. So we're not doing adaptations, we're doing originals, but we are being a bit loose. We are being a bit quick and loose with this because we're agreeing 2001: A Space Odyssey because it was inspired by a short story, but only inspired. So we're allowing a little bit of leeway here.
Yeah,
that was going to be my. I immediately went to 2001 for my nomination.
Right.
If it's allowed, that would be my nomination.
Yeah.
What we have left, Wrath of Khan.
Right.
A couple of people have said they would love to see that. The Empire Strikes Back. The Fifth Element. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. 2001: A Space Odyssey. Terminator 2. And Alien. We only need 4. We've got to lose 2 or 3 out of that.
Wrath of Khan.
Yeah.
We've got to lose 3.
So I would say, let me get a hat. I would say Wrath of Khan.
Okay, you want to lose Wrath of Khan or keep Wrath of Khan? Lose it.
Lose it.
Okay, I am leaning towards losing Wrath of Khan, I have to admit. Not because it doesn't deserve to be on there, but we can only have 4.
I mean, it's probably, of the early Star Trek movies, it's probably one of the best.
It's one of the best sci-fi movies ever made.
Khan!
Yeah. Right. I'm scrapping it. No Wrath of Khan. Okay, so.
And I also have to say it was probably one of Shatner's best performances in Star Trek in one of the Star Trek movies.
He's a good actor. He's actually a good actor.
Yeah. He's stylized, but he's a great actor.
So we got 6. We need to drop 2. Empire Strikes Back, Fifth Element, Close Encounters. I'm leaning towards dropping Close Encounters.
A little bit.
2001: A Space Odyssey, T2, and Alien. For me, don't shoot me, but I'm thinking we drop Close Encounters and Terminator 2.
I was going to say.
I'm okay with that.
I was going to say Terminator 2.
Well, I'll tell you what. If we do what I say, and come on, let's be honest, that would leave us with The Empire Strikes Back, The Fifth Element, A 2001: Space Odyssey, and Alien as our nominations for the best script for a sci-fi movie in history. That doesn't sound
Original
like terrible. Original script.
I think you definitely have to keep Alien.
Yeah.
That was just
that was talking about groundbreaking movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Script wise,
what do you say? You want to say something, Harris? Harris, say something. Open your mouth. Get it off your chest, bro.
Watch out with that one. I'll start going crazy on this. But yeah, I don't know. I think T2 is the easy one to take out, specifically for the same reason we took Rogue One out earlier over Empire. It wasn't filling in the blanks, but it was I guess Empire still is also a sequel. So this is not necessarily a non-equivalency there, but T2, just as groundbreaking as it was, it doesn't stand the test of time as much as Empire. But that's my minuscule things,
Yeah, well, we're picking. Yeah, we're saying these are all great movies, but we've got to pick 4.
Right.
I don't think that's a bad list for the best original script. Empire Strikes Back, Alien, Fifth Element, 2001: A Space Odyssey.
It's not bad.
We've done it.
I could take Fifth Element and replace it with Close Encounters, and that would be my only caveat. But that's up to y'all.
I disagree. I don't agree. I genuinely don't agree.
I mean, Close Encounters
and 2001. They're both iconic.
Yeah. I mean, Gary Oldman. I mean, we're talking script, but I will say this about the film for the Fifth Element. Gary Oldman was just really good. But it was like Close Encounters and Fifth Element is kind of like. I mean, they're both there's these new species. One's a god, then there's the darkness or the whatever that energy is, and they're both coming to Earth. Kind of the same premise. I mean, something alien coming to Earth, right?
Yeah.
I mean, both are iconic, but but I think the reason that Fifth Element is so iconic is Lilu, the character. I mean, the sets and everything else, and Ruby Rod, but it was. I think Lilu was.
I think it's a beautifully put together script.
Yeah, it is.
Myself, and then you've got all the iconic stuff on top, but it's a beautifully put together script.
Ministers,
and it stands out.
So stick with Fifth Element.
Yeah, for me.
Yeah.
Cool.
If we're happy with that, right? I tell you what. Just quickly then, out of this 4, who do you think is going to win? We won't put it on until about a week before the actual awards ceremony. But what would be yours? Empire, Alien, Fifth Element, 2001: Space Odyssey. What would you vote for, and what do you think will win? Because it might not be the same. I tell you what.
That's hard.
No, go on.
I would say 2001 because I would say 2001 because the film opened up a lot of possibilities for what audiences would see. Before then, sci-fi was kind of schlocky. There was a lot, it was. Forbidden Planet was good, but it was kind of schlocky. The original Lost in Space was kind of comedic. 2001 really took a high concept and shown, the audience what really good sci-fi can be. And I think without that, you wouldn't have really got the whatever respect from that genre. Does that make any sense? Is it?
Yeah. It's iconic.
Yeah.
What did you say, Sarah?
I would agree. Yeah, I think 2001 wins it. I mean, I would like Alien to win it, but it's going to be 2001 because that's like a whole nother level.
My brain kind of goes in a couple different avenues here because it's kind of an easy divide between Fifth Element and 2001 is like the auteuristic sci-fi of the two, and then Alien and Star Wars is your genre, kind of have fun, but also still is auteuristic. Of the bunch of the movies they're in, essentially, because Alien would be your fancy one, award-winning one of them. Empire's the fancy, Star Wars, so on and so forth.
And Kubrick really does have the whole auteur thing. I mean, he, damn right. He applied himself, and he really, he did good in his career.
So, I would say Fifth Element is the dark horse because I just can't choose it over 2001. Just my brain just won't let me, but like I wouldn't not also at the same time. I'm thinking it's going to end up 2001. And as much as I want to vote Empire, I would either vote 2001 or maybe Alien.
I think I'd vote Alien, but I think 2001 will win it.
Yeah.
But I think I'll vote Alien.
Yeah.
Okay, now the next category now is the greatest original script for a TV series. Now, again, I think we have to go with standalone episodes of things. Do we? Or do we say what series overall was the best? Do we go the series or do we go specific episodes? I'm leaning towards specific episodes.
Oh, I was thinking series because specific episodes, that's hard to.
That gets way
that's a lot of material.
Yeah, but then I think about things like In the Pale Moonlight by DS9, and I think like that. There are certain episodes where you think the script just batted it out the park. When we do the greatest series of all time, like we do greatest movie, greatest series, then I think we do Deep Space Nine, and we do the series. For script, I do wonder whether there are certain sci-fi episodes that just stand out. That you just go, for me, that was astonishing.
Okay, so I've got one.
Okay, well,
I'm sorry.
You just mentioned Firefly there, so let's not do series. I do Firefly. Out of Gas would be my first nomination. Out of Gas is the standout episode of a standout series. And there are so many elements to that script that are just like, we learned so much more about the characters. It was exciting. It was interesting. It was clever in that it started at the end and ended at the start and blah, blah, blah. Out of Gas for me is one of the greatest episodes of sci-fi ever written. It's just perfect.
I think we do series and then we do episodes. I think we almost go from the series we nominate and choose a best episode maybe per season for that series. Minimize it.
No, come on.
It's going to take forever doing episode by episode either way. That's what
I'm trying to say is when we were talking about the episodes that are really special because of the script.
I promise
that's really hard.
Yeah, I love the idea, but it's too much. It's far too much. We're doing that. I can think of a couple episodes I really, really like, but I need to go back on series I've watched and go episode by episode and think about it. I can't just do that off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't know if I mean, there's episodes I like, but I'm terrible at remembering names of episodes. And
no. We'll work on that. So, I'll tell you what, I've written down 4 already.
Pickle Rick.
So I've already written down Best of Both Worlds, Trouble with Tribbles, Out of Gas, and In the Pale Moonlight. Blood on the Scales by Battlestar, that was a good episode. I would actually argue though that if we talk about the script, the miniseries, if we consider the miniseries as one thing,
that is getting complicated.
The script for the rebooted Battlestar Galactica miniseries was phenomenal.
Well, I've got an idea for a singular episode script that I thought was standout.
Yeah,
the standout series. I don't recall the title, But is Deep Space Nine when Cisco used Garrett to set up the Romulans to get them in the war?
In the pale moonlight. I've already written it down.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
I didn't know what the. Okay.
I've already written it
What
down.
season is that?
I agree. That's a very good choice, Jamie, and I'm glad I thought of it.
6 or 7. Red Dwarf Marooned. Oh, you beauty. See, the people are coming up with these things now. We just got to Google them. That's the problem. Marooned is such a good episode of Red Dwarf.
There's too freaking many episodes of everything. Jamie, like I love it, but this is not gonna work like in that manner. Like it's literally just y'all doing it. It's not. We should do series. It makes far more sense.
I've got one that I've always gone back to. It's a Peter Capaldi Doctor Who episode. It's when it starts out and he's going to save this kid, and there's like this little flat meadow or whatever with all these hands sticking out, and he has a chance to save the kid, but the kid turns out to be the master. And I forget the name. But it's a Capaldi episode.
Window of Opportunity. Somebody just came up with that then. Window of Opportunity.
But it really, I think it really played on the Doctor's complex moral backstory.
Was it called Davros? Is that right, Michael?
Was it Davros or am I thinking? Was it Davros or was it No, it must have been Davros. I think you're right. I think it was Davros.
Pandorica Opens. That was a good episode, but that was massive.
Yeah.
The Pandorica Opens was a good Doctor. I'm not a big fan of Doctor.
The Library was also another good one.
The Library was a good episode, actually.
Yeah,
quite clever.
1,000 nominations.
Well, I'll tell you what we got at the moment. We got split Star Trek and Heavy at the moment.
Yeah, like literally, we're just naming Star Trek episodes like that. This is not. I love the idea, but it doesn't make sense. Like if we're doing it objectively, like an awards thing, that should be. We should do like series as a whole, because there are, like we're saying, there are good episodes, there are good seasons, and not. We should be thinking of like a series as a whole and awarding it based upon that. If
I think when we do the best, when we talk about the best sci-fi show, that's when we do series. To do that, what we have to do is say, okay, if we're going to do it based on script, we have to say that overall that was the best written series. I would rather say, what are the episodes that stand out? And we've already got a list of 9 things. Mm-hmm. What within that series really stood out? What really made you go, "Oh my god, that was amazing"?
I think that would be good to do, like when we do like an annual one. But of all time, that's way too much stuff. I think if we're looking at just like 1 year, we could do that. But for like,
I don't want to be the old guy waving his finger, but like, let's be realistic for a second.
Yeah.
Like,
well, all I would say is that your children are wrong. We'd already written down 10 things, but
they're all 8 of them are Star Trek. You're literally just talking about Star Trek. We haven't even mentioned The Expanse. We haven't. You've mentioned one Battlestar Galactica episode. Like,
I've already got one for The Expanse. I've got one for The Expanse.
It's just call it the Roddenberry Award. Like, actually, though, that's like what.
It wasn't even like you'd actually sound winding me up now. Right, there's 3 episodes of Star Trek, 1 episode of Firefly, 1 episode of Red Dwarf, and 1 episode of Babylon 5, and 1 episode of Firefly. So I mean, whatever. But okay, no, I give up. It's fine. It's fine.
The season 1 final episode of season 1 of the
Stormy, give up, mate. It's fine. We've got Firefly, Babylon 5, The Expanse. Just mention Star Trek quickly. There are great episodes of Star Trek, but is there a season? I mean, this will probably be me, Stormy, and Sarah, to be honest. Is there a season of Star Trek that really stands out that you think from like a script point of view, that just sort of scripts are just like, this is freaking amazing? The only thing I can really maybe argue is Deep Space Nine.
That's the one y'all talk about with reverence like that, it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, Deep Space Nine was a completely different animal than anything that of the franchise. It remains a different animal from everything else that's been produced afterward. And it was the things I appreciate about it is it was one of the very few television episodes or shows that showed a very positive, non-toxic relationship between a father and his son.
Ooh.
Right. The other thing is, it really showed, I think, for almost the first time, the complex issues of PTSD in combat with Ron. With the, I forget the name of the episode. It was when the crew was relieving somebody during the war. It was at a communication station.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, it was it really treated PTSD, I think, honestly, and that hadn't been done in a series like that, as sharp and as harsh as that was.
Yeah. Just go back to the things now. Stranger Things was just nominated. That's definitely.
That's actually That's totally.
Anytime they're playing D&D, that's a good episode.
From a script point of view, but somebody mentioned the Orville. I love the Orville. It's not well written. It's not to the level that we're talking about here.
Right.
I can't. I love the Orville. I adore it. I'm not putting it on this list. I will veto the things. I've already put
familiar enough with it. Are you familiar with it, Jamie or Sarah? I think Stormy will be our familiar one here. For All Mankind, I've heard nothing but excellent writing and everything about it. I haven't seen it, but it's supposed to be.
It is good.
Oh, yeah. So
I've seen like most of the first season, I think, and I can, so I get what the vibe is. It is, very good. I want to watch the whole series. But
I agree with Sarah completely. I mean, that's the thing I'm binging right now. I mean, I think I'm up to almost at the end of season 1. But yeah, it gets better. It's well written, and Ronald Moore is not he's got his shit together in that show. I mean, he really does. When doesn't he have his shit together as a writer?
Right. So
episodes are good usually.
Just to clarify, then we are picking the best original TV series from a script point of view, not just characters we like or entertain us the most. So it's almost like the series we respect the most in a way, kind of thing. I've already written Firefly in the top 4, so we're only looking for 3 more.
I'm sure that goes there.
Would y'all agree with this real quick? Would y'all say Ronald Moore is like Taylor Sheridan for sci-fi in a big way?
Oh, I would say so. Damn, that's a really good observation, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
I agree.
He's definitely one of the top guys. I'm not quite comfortable with saying that. The Taylor Sheridan is currently a phenomenon, and if he's still back in a park like this in 10 years' time, he's one of the greatest TV producers ever.
Maybe.
But if he's still batting him out of the park like this in 5 years' time, even you go, my gosh, he's been top of his game for like a decade. That'd be amazing.
He can expand his ranch.
Yeah, and charge more for people to use it.
Ronald D. Moore, Ronald D. Moore is one of my favorite creators of the last decade. Everything he's done has just been amazing. So yeah, from a sci-fi point of view, maybe Anyway, so we got.
I was thinking about him.
Would we consider Outlander as a sci-fi?
I've never actually seen it.
I never seen it either.
Oh,
Fringe there is a fantastic idea. Well done. I love it.
Someone said Sliders earlier. Would you put Sliders on there? Or...
No.
As fun as it is, yeah. No. Yo, Black Mirror, Peter, great one. If we're talking about writing wise,
yeah.
I haven't seen a whole bunch of it.
Close Encounters as well. That's had some great episodes over the years.
I just went back to the movie. Yeah, the TV show.
No, sorry, no, don't mean Close Encounters. Twilight Zone. I meant Twilight Zone.
Well, there we go.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Twilight Zone.
Yeah, that's good writing.
The lost first season, but then it cancelled out by the last season.
Yeah.
Well, if we're going back in time,
Quantum Leap.
Night Stalker.
Quantum Leap. What? Sorry.
Night Stalker.
Oh, I do remember it, but oh my god, that's a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. The episode that stands out, scared the fuck out of me as a kid, was there's this ancient spirit, and somehow it's gotten in this hospital or whatever, but he manages to take a picture of it with X-ray film, and it's just this really kind of mutant eye just staring, and it still creeps me out.
I remember that episode. You just made me think of something else, though. X-Files?
Ooh.
God. That's going to take some narrowing down. That's what, 12 seasons?
This is why I was saying episodes are easier than this. To be honest.
Is that Chris Carter?
Yeah, Chris Carter.
Right, so let's do the Stargate question, because obviously we're going to get some Stargate ones. I don't think when we do the greatest sci-fi show ever made, we will definitely have a Stargate conversation.
Yeah.
I'm not sure they deserve
It's an original?
Well, what we should do, we should have a
That's
Stargate.
original, actually. It's not technically original. Are
Yeah.
we using that as an excuse to get out of this?
No, I have a better process here. We have a Stargate award, and we just award it to Stargate.
Yeah. Every time we'll just at the end of it, and the Stargate, the Chevron award goes to SG1.
Stargate, yeah.
As it always does. Yeah. So I'm going to tell you what's on the list so far, because it's growing. We're going to need to start scrapping some off. Firefly, Babylon 5, The Expanse, Deep Space Nine, Heroes, but pretty much only for season 1. Stranger Things, Fringe, The X-Files, Quantum Leap, and For All Mankind. Can I scrap off Babylon 5 just because I don't like J. Michael Straczynski?
Yes.
No.
Well, I haven't seen it, so I'm saying yes. But I don't know.
Oh, you've got him. No, honestly,
No.
the 4th seasons are phenomenally good. They're so good.
Mhm.
It's going to be one of those that I need to watch throughout this Enterprise or Star Trek adventure.
Yeah. You will love it. You will love it. The 3rd season in particular. Right.
Yeah.
Out of that list, is there anything that you desperately can't lose? For me, it's Firefly. We're not losing Firefly. It's staying on the list. I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
What is on the list that you can't lose?
This is already a harder list than the last one. They're all much closer together.
Yeah.
DS9.
Is that on the list? I'm trying to remember what's on the list.
DS9.
What was it, Sarah?
Firefly, Babylon 5, DS9, Heroes, Stranger Things, Fringe, X-Files, Quantum Leap, For All Mankind. What can't you lose?
For me, it'd be DS9.
Yeah,
For the sake of bringing in the youth vote, I'm going to go Stranger Things.
Yeah. It's a phenomenon, and it's beautifully written.
It's actually surprisingly good.
It is.
Right. What could you lose off there? No bother.
Quantum Leap.
Heroes,
Quantum Leap, X-Files would be the 3 I would jump at.
Not I don't know.
I would keep X-Files. X-Files was such a phenomenon and so different.
Yeah.
But is it gonna make it all the way realistically?
Don't
if it's quality wise, like scripting wise, it might be fun.
If you're gonna say the first 3 seasons or so of X-Files, I would agree with you that it is.
We're talking about the series, yeah.
Let me finish, Beardy. It was weaker towards the end, significantly weaker towards the end.
Oh yeah, when.
But I would also make the same argument for Babylon 5.
Yeah.
Babylon 5 started really weakly and it ended pretty weakly. It was just amazing in between.
Yeah, the 2, 3, 4 is those 3 seasons are. Yeah.
I'm going to scrap off X-Files.
No.
And I'm going to scrap off Babylon 5.
Do not agree.
Oh my God, I'm brilliant at this. I'm really good at this at work in meetings. I just cut through the bullshit. But everyone loves it when I chair meetings because I'm just like, that's gone. We're not having tuna for lunch.
You cannot get rid of X-Files. That's
welcome to the Stat Club.
Ever.
In Babylon 5, what was the character's name that was like he was like the secret diplomat of the shadows? Was that Mordred?
What more? Mr. Mordor.
Oh, the guy in the suit with the head.
Mordred, right.
I was trying to think of that. Was smile and wave. It's your dead body, Mr. Mord.
Just watched it.
Morden.
Morden.
Wasn't Mordor. Wasn't Mordor.
Mr. Morden. Ah,
Morden.
Ian's saying Mr.
Come on,
Morden.
somebody.
Mr. Morden, yeah. I think it was Morden. Anyway,
Yeah,
that I thought, when they first brought him out, I thought he had an interesting character arc. But in terms of like one of the scripts that really stood out, or at least the series I thought that was stronger, was Garibaldi's descent into alcoholism. And he really screwed the pooch.
Right. I'll tell you what, the X-Files or Fringe?
Fringe.
Bye-bye X-Files. Right, so...
Oh, wait, I thought you were saying which one to get rid of. Bye-bye.
Get rid of Fringe. Keep X-Files.
Get rid of Fringe.
Right.
I'd say keep Fringe, get rid of X-Files.
I would go Fringe over X-Files. But we'll go with the
X-Files is way better than Fringe, and I love
At
Fringe.
least we got some.
Currently, we're half and half, but I think chat's saying get rid of X-Files overall.
Fringe is a ripoff of X-Files. Fringe got their ideas from X-Files.
Sounds better though.
But is it actual pure sci-fi? Mike doesn't even say X-Files can go as it's not true sci-fi. We've only gotten one keep X-Files comment and a couple X-Files goes.
Well, we've still got a little way to go here. So,
okay,
I have added.
Keep it in limbo.
I've added Deep Space Nine to the list of ones that we're keeping. So we've only got spaces for 2 left. Fringe was junk food. That's probably quite right.
But I did love Fringe. I really did.
I know, but so we're still working. So
that's a great.
We've got 2 spaces left. We've got The Expanse. The Expanse isn't an original. It's not original.
That's true.
That's true. Oh, yeah, that's very, very true.
Great point.
Stranger Things, For All Mankind, X-Files. So we've got 3. We've only got 2 spaces. And that's assuming nobody else thinks of something else. Mike Rice maybe got a point there. There's probably not true sci-fi.
It's like at the end of the day, it's going. As fun and as great as it is.
You can say Fringe is more sci-fi.
Would it be considered a crossover?
Maybe.
No.
So
I mean, it's like we were talking about Outlander a few minutes ago. Outlander definitely set in a post Columbia world, but it's got time travel and all of this. But is it really sci-fi? And I think we really was.
It's more like historical fiction with time travel.
Yeah, and I would say that was. I mean, that kind of category is also, I think, true with X-Files. It's definitely got a sci-fi tint to it, but it's a crime. It's a police procedural.
It's not hard. I know.
Okay, well, we'll move on. If X-Files done this, I'm not named Buffy. Okay, fair enough. We're done with X-Files. We're done with X-Files. That leaves us with
Buffy science fiction.
Well, that leaves us with Stranger Things and For All Mankind. Would you be happy with a list? Yeah, we're not done, Doctor. Would you be happy with a list of Firefly, Deep Space Nine, For All Mankind, and Stranger Things as the things that we say is the most original scripted TV shows of all mankind of all time?
For
all mankind, I think,
sake of debate,
beautifully written. Go on.
Monk put this in earlier. You're not going to like it, but Monk did put this in earlier, and it at least is worth thinking about, especially with X-Files and everything else that people really want in here.
Will you please just get
on
to
the
point?
verge.
For the love of God. Right. It's got our Firefly only 12 officers being cancelled for the record. Just saying, I don't see a point.
We're talking about all time, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, completely irrelevant. So what?
So what was the question, Harris? I lost track.
I got bored halfway through and just committed suicide.
The series overall, I love it. It's a lot of fun. there's a reason the studio, I guess, wasn't like gung ho about it one way or another. Of course, it was something that people loved over years, but even if they would have showed it week by week, would it have been something like people truly caught on? Like, hell yeah, it's been great over the years, but I can see where it wouldn't make this list as well.
Yeah, I mean, for whatever reason, it was shown out of order. They changed the nights it was on, what, twice?
3 times. They kept dropping it for 2 or 3 weeks to show.
Yeah, and it was just like, you know, it was
baseball.
It totally got a bum rap. And anyway, so
I'm not taking it out of the list. I think it's the most perfectly written thing ever made.
You're gonna die on that
and
hill.
Out of Gas alone deserves to be on this list because it is it's one of the few things I've ever seen that I genuinely believe is perfect. It's I talk about perfect sci-fi movies. There aren't many. Oh, perfect movies, full stop. There aren't many. Perfect episodes of television for me is like Out of Gas, In the Pale Moonlight, Window of Opportunity. There's a couple of others that you just think there is nothing that I would change. I wouldn't change a beat of breath. I wouldn't change a single word. It's perfection. And it
nonetheless, that's the thought process.
Yeah.
I do have a really well written.
It's written this well. Yeah, 100%. I don't care.
Well, in that case, is it an actual series of television or is it a miniseries at the end of the day? Which would be an entirely different category.
Miniseries is 6 episodes.
Not necessarily. It's one series, one season of
miniseries, 6 episodes. A limited series can be, you could say it's a limited series, but that's only based on thing. A miniseries cannot be more than 6 episodes.
Mm-hmm. So
that's not my rule.
But before we put the axe in the back of X-Files, there was one episode of X-Files that really stood out to me. It was the Mulder and Scully was on this one case. There was a local sheriff named Andy Taylor, and I think it was a missing person. And they go to this old farmhouse, and they find this woman who was a quadruple amputee living under the bed, and and she just had a child, and the baby died, and it turned out that the lady was,
It's an Oogie episode.
and then it turned out they had just been just inbreeding for centuries since the Civil War, and it was just the most fucking grotesque thing I had ever seen.
Yeah, that's like one of the worst episodes of X-Files.
And you know these little mechanical crawlers you lay on your back and you scoot around the floor working on cars? That's what they had Mom on.
And Harris, I did make that up, but you believe me.
I knew it. I was like, there's no freaking way. Like, hell
you Googled
no.
it, bitch.
Like,
So
Mr. Film over here, there's absolutely no way.
Anyway, name on door, not dropping Firefly. Do not care. And I actually think it'll win anyway. So, Stranger Things For All Mankind is actually what we've got left on this list.
Stranger Things.
Or do we throw back X-Files in? Because it was iconic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering, I'm going more to in Stranger Things and X-Files than For All Mankind. Even though For All Mankind was brilliant. And Harris can't stand up to the bully because I'm not bullying him. I'm just explaining to him why he's wrong. That's the difference. He's young. He needs to learn. Right? Get to this age, dear God. Get to that age. Stormy tells me off. I have to take it because he's older than me by about 50.
You got to take it. I'm older than you.
I don't have to listen to Sarah though because 2 reasons. She's younger than me and she's a girl. So,
boy, are you going to get hate mail now? Jesus, nice knowing you, Jay.
The best part when these start, all I got to do is just be quiet.
It's just not worth it. Just ignore it.
Funny. Why haven't you done a SAT, woman? The best jokes ever are why did the woman cross the road? Furthermore, why was she out the kitchen? come on. It's just brilliant.
She's like, I'm out. Adios.
It's funny because it's just stupid. It's just so stupid. And furthermore, while she had the kitchen. Dear.
We're gonna test that out this September.
Yeah. What happens? There's something about what happens to the washing machine. Oh no, never mind. But yeah, you get back at the end and she got back to work, something like that. I forget it. But anyway, I'm brilliant at diplomacy. Just do as I fucking say. I'm come the Donald Trump school of.
I was about to say there's one person that I know that.
It's the Donald Trump school of democracy. Just do it, or I'll kill you all. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm leaning towards Stranger Things and X-Files. So that would be the best episodic scripts. X-Files, Firefly, Deep Space Nine, Stranger Things. How would you feel about that?
I would. Well, okay, so I would say we would get rid of Stranger Things because is it sci-fi or is it horror?
I would say it's horror. It's horror sci-fi.
Yeah, I don't think that necessarily matters in that sense. Horror and sci-fi. Well, because Alien's the same question if you want to ask that then, you know.
Right. Even X-Files to a degree.
Yeah, because that's totally just Monster of the Week in a lot of ways, which means I'd take it out and put For All Mankind in there because it's truer sci-fi.
And
if we're talking about just script writing, then For All Mankind.
Script. So For All Mankind does. I'll tell you what. You're talking about scripts though. Foundation.
Oh damn! Oh, but yeah,
it's based on a novel. It's not original, so we're okay on that. We must remember that when it comes round to thingy, won't we? Because
if we keep the list as if we keep the list as it is, we've got 2 on there from Ronald Moore.
I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if we did westerns, we'd have like 6 of Taylor Sheridan. So maybe he is the sci-fi Taylor Sheridan.
Are we throwing in For All Mankind?
Yeah.
So
as far as script writing, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what we're talking about.
Well, I mean,
I was going to say something really sexist again and patronizing. I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
If you could read my brain now, you'd be so angry at me. I mean,
we're angry at you already.
Annoyed.
You didn't have to do anything.
Is that the usual thing?
I called somebody sugar tits a couple of weeks ago, being ironic. And
but I appreciated it.
No, they were really annoyed. Like properly annoyed. But they were talking about how annoying it is when men patronize. She was patronizer, and she's got quite a large bosom area, right? So we were blah 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 blah, talking to her, and we were also like, yeah, that's a stupid thing, you know. Like people just. She was talking about how people keep looking at her boobs, not looking at her face, and all this sort of thing. And so I just went, there, sugar tits. Like, stop worrying, sort of thing. I thought I was being very ironic and funny. She just thought I was being annoying. But I thought it was quite funny. But anyway, just didn't like it. But it was ironic.
Someone please.
How do you have a job?
Because he's still a member of the British Empire.
It was ironic. Come on.
I want someone to clip that back real quick and have just maybe have Stormy and I interclipped every now and then, but really you need to focus on Jay telling the story and then just Sarah's face the entire time.
That would be
Why am I doing this?
Great.
I was greatly entertained by that.
Yeah. I also patted her on the head when I did it. Oh dear God. Well, there's sugar tits. I don't know why I went with sugar tits either. I've got to stop saying it.
I just can't believe like you have a job still after doing that. Like, oh my God.
Well, I think Jay would just need to start calling Jay, Sugar Dick,
Sugar Dick. Well,
You didn't hear our before we went live conversation, Stormy. We're not bringing it up now, but
before anything, just demonetized.
Yeah. Hello, I'm inappropriate. I don't know how I'm not demonetized. Anyway, I've put For All Mankind on the list.
Yes.
Stranger Things or X-Files?
X-Files.
Are we keeping it or are we losing it?
What do we lose?
We lose Stranger Things.
Lose Stranger Things.
Keeping X-Files.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Oh, we're talking about scripts here. Monster of the Week versus an actual scripted television series? No. I will die on this hill any day.
Yes, you will. I'm going X-Files as well. Stormy?
Well, I would think we should definitely keep X-Files because of its originality, and there was really long story arcs in X-Files.
There was lots,
and it also had one hell of a villain, the cigarette smoking man.
Mm-hmm.
Was really well written. If we're talking,
and if you're talking about iconic,
great.
Iconic, Stranger Things has put X-Files to shame with how instantly it became iconic. Like that's like realistically, nothing has ever gone to stardom like Stranger Things has. That has taken the world by iconicness more so than maybe any other series ever.
When did X-Files start?
Squid Game.
It was like I want to say like 93 or something like that.
Yes, mid-90s somewhere. Mid-90s.
Because I remember the first episode came out and it was talked about so much. I mean, the nation freaked out about the first episode
it triggered an entire ufology problem because
not only that, it was so popular and so it was just flash. It was just it erupted so big that Fox ran it again, not like as a rerun, but they showed it later on that week again. First episode.
Honestly, man, Harris, you'd have been a kid when the first season came out. Nobody shut up about the X-Files the first couple of seasons.
Oh, we didn't. It was water cooler fodder for years.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sure, but at the same
time, that one was a fluke, man.
It was weak by the end. Don't get me wrong. It was weak by the end. It ran.
When Company left and all that. Yeah, it wasn't.
And we're talking about the series as a whole.
1993, September 10th, 1993.
But I think it's 3-1.
Look at the chat.
I mean, I really like Stranger Things, but if you're comparing Stranger Things and X-Files, I think X-Files wins.
It's more of a variety. It's not even a true sci-fi at the end of the day.
That's not fair.
How?
It was not a variety show. No, it's not fair. He's talking about 1 or 2 episodes. I think he's mixing up with Buffy. I don't remember a musical in X-Files.
There were some wild episodes in X-Files.
The Traveling Circus was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I do love Babylon 5.
It's hard to get it down to 4 because Babylon 5, but we're the writing
not
Babylon 5.
As well as some of these things we're talking about. Stranger Things is scripted way better than Babylon 5.
80 to 90% of the time.
Yeah, you're not winning this one, Harris. With your beautiful long-haired locks.
I'll be the power of the people for this one.
No delay.
People, we lost.
So
common sense won.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Yeah.
It's making excuses for something you like, but I
boo-hoo, move on.
Get it.
Right, so best movie scripted thing: Empire Strikes Back, Alien, Fifth Element, 2001: Space Odyssey. Best episode scripted, and hey, I lost. I wanted to do specific episodes, which made way more sense, but we haven't. We've gone with this, and we've gone with Firefly, Deep Space Nine, For All Mankind, and the X-Files. About 2 weeks before we actually do the awards ceremony, I'll put them all up, and you'll be able to vote. And if I agree with the vote, that was what will win. So
you agree?
No, it will be democratic. I'm joking. Whatever wins, wins. All right. So, but what I will then do is I will leave it on for a set amount of time, each one. Set amount of time. Take it, then I'll take it down. I'll delete it. So, in theory, unless you're very clever, there might be an element of who's going to win. So we'll try and do that. But I suppose I could try and do it quietly. How do I do it that nobody knows once you've voted? Nobody knows what's won. The only way I could do it.
X-Files won several awards for writing.
There you go. Juliet's. We are going to do best actor and actresses. So the ones we're going to do. So we will do best movie, best series ever, and that is a bit more open. We can go the ones we enjoyed, the ones we think, So we will do that. We're going to do best CGI or special effects. We're going to do we'll do most iconic, groundbreaking. Sorry, we're going to do most groundbreaking. We're going to do best actor, best actress, and best supporting actor or actress. So like Jeffrey Combs is going to win it because he plays all of them. So I'm pretty sure I'm Jeffrey Combs most of the time. We're going to, and there's a couple of others we've thought of as well. We're going to try and keep it relatively simple. This was, to be fair, the most difficult. And we're going to do, best original and best when it's
craft services
from a movie, no, from a book or something. So we'll do that. So we've got about 8 categories we're going to do. Okay, 8 or 9, something like that. So we'll do a category each week. Next week will be the same again now. Script and TV series and movie from a script point of view, but from an adaptation. That's going to be the next one. Okay. I feel like now we've just wasted an hour and a half, and we should have just gone with movie and not bothered with script. I think we've complicated, but anyway, it was fun. So
it's okay.
Well, honestly, it's a good thing we did because we think of how much we would have been back and forth trying to do stuff that's like original or adapted as well. Hey, thank you, Carrie. Thank you. Here's some coffee money. LOL, happy to be out of the hospital finally. Good. Very good.
That is a win.
Out of the hospital ages ago, Carrie.
She went back in.
You've been out a while. Back in again.
Also, see my boys being themselves, mostly Jay. Hope all is well with you all. Hope you missed me. We have very much missed you.
Yeah. Yeah. I've not been myself. I've been Jeffrey Combs. So, but I'm going to be myself next time. I'm just writing all the categories down, and we can argue about which ones we're going to do.
Who's Jeffrey Combs? Your dreams will tell you now. All you have to do is just keep your eyes open while you're sleeping, and Jeffrey Combs will be your sleep paralysis demon from now on.
He's probably already been your sleep paralysis demon. You just didn't know it.
Every variation, just. It feels like Yoko Ono entered the chat at one point. What? That's kind of funny.
So what else were we talking about this week? Because I want to go in a minute. I did not know that Daredevil, Born Again, is already going into pre-production for season 2.
Yeah,
Sarah said.
That was quick.
They started filming this week.
I thought they've only just gone into pre-production.
No, they're filming it.
Okay, I want to check that. I think they're only going to pre-production. I think they're just starting to get ready.
They had pictures.
yeah, no, they're filming it.
There's images of them actually filming, is it? I thought
I don't know. I'm not for sure on that, but I did see specifically they started filming season 2.
I want to say discussing Hollywood and Variety and Hollywood Reporter and such were tweeting about it.
Right.
Shatner.
So 100% went into. Oh my god, he's so impossibly good. 100% gone into pre-production. The story I saw was them announcing that they were getting ready, and there's a photo of the executive producers in front of an office room saying, "We're gearing up." That was the story I saw. Mm. But whether something else has come since, I don't know. But that was what I saw. But anyway, season 1 comes out in.
Is it in February? 1st of March.
1st of March. I know it's soon. Anyway, cool. Right. Excellent.
Now I know who Jeffrey Combs is.
So we got best movie scripted adaptation, best TV scripted adaptation, best CGI movie, best CGI TV, best actor, best actress, best supporting actor or actress. What else was there?
Now we're going to do the Razzies and do the worst of all of those.
Yeah. And then just best
We're going to
original
spend the next
movie,
6 months doing this.
best original TV series.
Have any of you guys heard of the show From? F-R-O-M?
Yes, I haven't watched it yet, though. I really want
Never
to.
heard of it, actually.
It's my partner's been watching it, and she said it's just creepy as fuck. And I can't wait to watch it, but it's just really.
Mike Coulter, Luke Cage, right?
I don't know. I mean, I just heard about it yesterday from her. So,
hey, Harris Dickinson gaining traction for new Bond. He shares my name, and he's a cool British dude. I'm with it. If Henry Cavill doesn't get it, go for it.
Can you pull up a picture of him?
Henry Cavill isn't getting it.
I don't think so. Of who?
Of the Bond guy.
Oh, of Harris Dickinson? Yeah. He was just in Baby Girl with not Naomi Watts, Nicole Kidman. There we go.
Yeah. Ooh, should we do best crossover? That's not bad.
I like that idea as well. This guy.
Oh, yeah. That works to me because I think they are leaning back towards the young Bond thing.
Mm-hmm.
Triangle of Sadness. This movie right here is hilarious. Not in a typical sense, but a really good situational comedy, I guess.
How many crossover things have there been? There been a few?
Are we talking like
I'm trying to think if it's worth doing it or not.
a DS9 TNG crossover, or are we talking about like two completely different series crossing over?
That's a good, because SG1 and SGA and stuff like that would count.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Think about that.
the second thing I mentioned.
I've got quite a few already. We've got 6 more weeks of this, just with what I've written down. With best movie scripted adaptation, best TV scripted adaptation, best CGI movie, best CGI TV, best actor, best actress, best supporting actor or actress, best original movie, best original TV series, best adaptation movie, best adaptation TV series, groundbreaking TV series, groundbreaking movie. That's already 6 weeks of shows and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15 awards.
Not bad.
That might do, I think. I don't think that'll do, unless we think of something really, really good to do. Right,
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, we did forget one movie. I don't think it would have been in the final 4, but it would have been very close. Mike Wright said, why wasn't Tron listed? It wasn't original at the time, correct? It's not based off of any novels, I don't believe.
Don't know.
The original movie wasn't.
I don't think that would be best script.
Scripting wise, good point.
Oh, but Mike, remember that when we're talking about groundbreaking? Because that's all CGI.
Oh, yeah, that was.
I know the CGI looks shit now, but when it came out, it was mind-blowing.
It was.
So there are other categories that we need to be thinking. So, guys, you need to get your thinking caps on, though, because those are I've just said the categories we're going to do. And by CGI, I mean CGI special effects. So that could be, well, let's be honest, Jurassic Park's going to win it, but let's think of something else. But yeah, CGI special effects. So that should be a good argument because that's fantastic. Kerry's guys, oh bless her. And The Last Starfighter is another one that we're talking about CGI or like groundbreaking. We should really talk about The Last Starfighter. You've got to throw it in there. We've never seen anything like it before. We've never seen 3D modeling in CGI in a movie before that. So I mean, it's phenomenal. And bless you, Kerry. Get well soon, babes.
Yes.
About No best on-screen kiss. No, because we're not the MTV Music Awards.
Best director?
Oh, it's Shatner and it's Kirk and O'Hara. So
yeah,
we win.
Yeah, no, groundbreaking and adapted are both going to be very hard categories.
Yeah,
but good ones.
And
I saw that movie with
Power.
when I was 8.
Do you know when Rings of Power, they actually announced that Ring of Power was given a 3rd season?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
My first thought was, it's getting 5 because you've already told us it is, and you've already spent the money.
Yep.
I don't care if nobody watches season 3 at all. If their viewing numbers are 1 because somebody accidentally clicked on it and then immediately went, "Oh Jesus, Rings of Power," and turn it off, they will still make seasons 4 and 5.
The final judgment on that on Rings of Power is if somebody orders season 6.
Yeah, because we're definitely getting 5. If they then go, "Oh my God, this is doing so well, let's do 6." Yeah, if they have to go back to the family and give them more money.
It's going to make 9 seasons. I'm so excited for all.
They have options to get extra seasons, but they had to do 5. They're contractually obligated to do 5 unless there's a buyout clause, and that buyout clause has to be insanely big.
Yeah, they are making 5 seasons of that show.
Oh, definitely.
Best fight, best pick nose. There's something about maybe best action sequence, battle sequence, something like that.
Joey also suggested best weapons category, best. I don't know about weapons because that might just get too in depth kind of deal as well, but also like
best starship design.
Oh, that's
no. We're going to no. We're going
that's
to
too deep.
Okay. Well, I tell you what. Actually, Harris, you suggested sort of like best cinematography, but we could sort of have something like that. Like I was always saying, like Star Wars
Bridge the Gap
was a movie with loads and loads of really cool toys in that they wanted to sell, and like things like the lightsaber and the Millennium Falcon and things like that are so cool. They're then almost a character in the movie all on their own. But I wouldn't know how to word that. So I've got best action or battle sequence. Definitely. How do we word that sort of thing that we're talking about? Like, something, a design or a thing in it that's iconic, like, because when Star Wars has got dozens of things in there that are just like
most effective in world.
No.
Battle of Hoth was really iconic. Battle of Alderaan, not.
I mean, we've done battles before, haven't we?
Should we do like props and sets or something?
Well, because we already have effects and then production design, correct?
Effects. We haven't got. He said something else.
Okay. Production design.
I'm not sure what production design is.
It's set design. We could also rope in costume design if we wanted it to.
So production design.
The displays in Star Trek would be considered production design.
Yes, yeah, and we can do that for ships and weapons, and that would technically, I guess, umbrella that category if we wanted to.
Okay, so I'm going to say we'll do best battle action sequence, best battle sequence, best production design. And then, as we're talking about sci-fi, shall we say best starship design? Because they're hero ships, aren't they? They are as big a part of the characters, the movies, a lot of the time as. But we'll lump that all into one sort of video when we do the thing, sort of thing. That'll be one category. We're almost doing production design as one, but then we're breaking it down a little bit with the other two. Okay.
Yeah.
Best starship design. Okay.
David brought up a good point. Can't believe no one mentioned any of the Planet of the Apes films.
I thought about it. I think that was a book, though. Yeah, so we haven't really quite done that. I think it was a book.
But scripting wise, even Charlton Heston in the OG, like, it's so great. But it's more of the concepts and the actual words being said, dialogue being spoken, and everything happening.
Yeah. Right. Red Cosmonaut has just thrown in best guest star. Now, I know we've already got best supporting actor or actress, but shall we throw in a best guest star?
Yeah, Planet of the Apes was a 1963 novel.
Okay.
Not what I
Okay.
asked.
But ask me one more time.
We've got best supporting actor or actress.
Oh, that's right. Best guest star.
Do we throw in best guest star? Or do we say, no, that's a supporting actor or actress? Because I would argue it's not really, is it?
No, but also that is specifying for TV as well. Do we want to have a third category? Because essentially supporting actors and actors still work for TV as well.
Yeah,
but guest stars.
No, I would say in TV or movie, we'll say that's one big thing. It's just like, oh no, we need to do TV or movie, don't we?
Because a guest star for film would be like a cameo.
Right.
No, that's two whole things. I've got best.
I would just stick with supporting
actor. We need to do TV and movie, don't we? We need to do them as separate things. So, okay. Oh my
so
god!
The 2030 SciTrek Awards.
We're up to now, we're up to 20 at this point. Right, I'm not doing any more. We're drawing a line under it. That's it. No more. We've got like 20 categories. That's loads.
That's
it.
Yeah, I think we should revisit that.
No, I'm drawing a line under it.
Are you gonna post this somewhere? Because I haven't been writing all what the categories are. So just post it for all of us to see.
Don't worry, I've got it all covered.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Cool. Yeah, if you could put it in chat, we can figure it out and then actually post it for the audience on the community tab, so everybody we can all have the same.
The next video will be best movie scripted, best movie TV series scripted that are adaptations. So guys, get in your thinking caps. That's what we're doing. We'll be doing next Sunday.
Adaptation. Okay.
Following that, I will remind you guys before we go in. Following that, we will be doing best CGI movie, best CGI TV. Then we will be doing best actor, best actress, best supporting actor or actress for TV. Then best actor, best actress, best supporting actress for movie. Then we will be doing the groundbreaking TV series, groundbreaking movie, best action battle sequence or best action or battle sequence in a TV show or movie, best starship design in a TV show or movie, and best production design for a TV show or movie. And then finally, the big one is the best original movie, best original TV series, best adaptation movie, best adaptation TV series. And those are the big ones. And with that there's no holds barred on that one. It's just the best. The one you love the most. No rules. Except one's an adaptation and one's original. And we will dress up. I will be in my best pants.
Pants?
I'll be wearing pants.
I thought we were debating. Should we do just the top half red carpet dress and wear boxers essentially under, or should we go full out?
Well, you guys wear tuxes and get dressed up. I'm thinking top hat and tassels, personally.
I like that. I like that look on you, top hat and tassels.
Or a mankini, which I think would also be good. And then every time anyone wins, I'm just going to jump up and dance about. And that'll be how we...
there goes our rating.
Getting to our before live chat.
Yes, it will be just two massive testicles swinging from side to side. Yes, I know. Really? Can I pick a line for one boycott and awards until you put Babylon 5 back in?
Actually, we're going to have... Wait, sorry, go.
It's an honorable mention. B5.
We will probably have honorable mentions. Okay? So, there are a couple of episodes. And I tell you what, actually, Dave, when we're talking about battle sequences for TV, Babylon 5 has got to be in the conversation for the third season. The Valorian Shadow War has got to be in there. If we're going to have Deep Space Nine, we've got to include Babylon 5 in that conversation.
Right. And Wolf 369, and what was the big one in Dia?
We never see Wolf 369. We don't see the Battle of Wolf 369.
Oh, that's right.
We kind of see it in the opening 2 episodes of DS9, but we only really see it from a perspective. Yeah. So we don't actually see it.
Right. In DS9, there's a great battle sequence too. I don't remember what episodes that is, but there's
it's
really
I think, where there's the
the last 2 seasons was a great battle scene.
There was just one battle after another. So you've got the one of the Cardassian homeworld. You've got the one where I forget that all these battles have got names, so I forget what it is. The one that I love though is the one where the Klingons come in and save the day, and they're just got to battle through, and just the Defiant punches through and just races to stop the Dominion from exploding the minefield and letting the Jem'Hadar through. And
I would say that was King Modi of that series. You're right, because it was a really tense moment, and it was really well written, and the effects was just I mean, there's a lot of tension in that battle. You don't know, are they going to make it? Because in the entire series, there's a lot of moments where they didn't make it. You know.
Yep. You didn't know what was happening in DS9. Honestly, Harris, when you get to Deep Space Nine, you're going to freaking love it.
It sounds super fun.
We did not know what was going to happen. But also, from a sci-fi nerd point of view, we had never seen space battles like it. And Babylon 5 the same as well, to be honest. There was some amazingly, properly big space battles. You know when they redid the Star Wars movie, because they realized when they did the rededication, you know, they thought, all right, okay, now actually with technology, we'll put in more X-wings and bombers and things, and we'll, you know, the attack on the Death Star. They added more to make it a bit more dramatic. We'd never seen like a space battle like this. In Deep Space Nine, there's thousands of ships, and I mean thousands.
It's really good.
It's 2 enormous fleets going at it.
Really good. You're gonna really love it when you get.
Is it mid-90s or it's mid-90s, right?
Mid-90s, late 90s.
Okay.
One shot that just follows the Defiant, and it's going like blow something up and then goes through the flames and then goes up and over a big ship. It just follows the Defiant as it's back.
It's one of the best ones that's ever been on TV, I think. Even better than like I would say BSG later. BSG is all right, but
because that's probably like the first time historically that like technology would have been caught up enough to do something like that for TV versus just film.
It's when they switched from actually using the models for a lot of things to actually using digital rendered models. It was during Deep Space Nine. So the first time we saw a digitally rendered version of the original Enterprise was in DS9 and things like that. So they actually switched from using, and that's why they could do it, because they switched from that was why it's quite famous in TNG and a couple of movies that we kept seeing Excelsior class starships blowing up, and it always seemed to be Excelsior class starships, but it was because they had the 150 grand model and they blew one up basically. So they had the physical rendering of the thing. So whenever they blew up a starship, it was always an Excelsior class. But by DS9 though, they had the digital rendering and they could start blowing everything up. So it was like, and they do. It's like
one thing, and because of the way everything was modeled in there, if there was a question, this was a decade or so ago. There's a question: would Deep Space Nine ever get like a widescreen re-release for DVD? And the effects company that did everything says we've got everything already in widescreen. It was cut down for television. So the only thing you'd have to do is just advance everything up to 4K or a Blu-ray, but it never happened.
I would argue though that everything DS9 did, Babylon 5 did as well, with a way smaller budget.
Oh yeah.
We're talking about some. I just saw a message there that the only man that's ever successfully won a battle against us is behind me, and you're in front of me, sort of thing. And Delen's the whole speech there in is it called Call to Arms?
Maybe
I always get it wrong, don't I? But it makes my fucking.
Was this the Battle of the Line?
Yeah, Battle of the Line. Yeah. Yes, you're right. It was the Battle of the Line. It gives me goosebumps. Honestly, the 3rd and 4th seasons of Babylon 5 are so freaking good.
Oh yeah, they are.
That's
the best of it. Yeah.
It's just the 5th season's a bit crap, and the 1st season was crap. It's like, but other than that, oh my God, it's so good. You're going to love Babylon 5, Harris. You'll love it.
That's it. So like the bookends are your weak points, and all your middle is your.
All the meat's in the middle, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
It's the Vorlon Shadow War. It's the Shadow War, basically, is what makes it good. But then the last season, the Shadow War's kind of over, and it's just trying to keep hold of the peace. So they win peace, and then it's like, how do we keep hold of it?
I guess don't spoil it, but would that be similar to Farscape, the Peacekeeper Wars, in concept? I guess.
God,
no. I don't know much about it. Just outside of concept.
Jay, what do you think about this? It seemed like to me the Shadow War. It was more or less between the Vorlons and them. It was like détente.
Yeah.
As opposed to something like the Peacekeeper Wars.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. There's the thing with Babylon 5 is one of the reasons why you're going to love it so much, and I think for Harrison, particularly you will, is there's a lot of concepts going on.
Really layered.
Really layered. Very spiritual. There's a lot of spirituality going on there, and trying to understand. I mean, the thing with the different alien races living in one place. 5-mile long base and millions of species coming and go, is that it's how do these different races with different ideologies get on with each other, and the thing that brings them together is a common enemy.
Okay,
and
so you not spiritual in like a Daniel Jackson kind of sense or something like that.
In some ways, he talks about religion a lot. There's a lot of religion going on in Babylon 5. But is how relevant is religion in a modern universe where there's spaceships and Vorlons and all this stuff? But then the Vorlons, there's some really dodgy bits though.
Yeah, there was somebody with all the candles that was being burned in Babylon. Somebody did a somebody did a environmental study on the interior of Babylon 5 with all the smoke and the paraffin in the air reclaimers, and how bad it was for the station, and how it was like he did a whole analysis of the effect of candles and candle burning on the environmental systems.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, it's
candles are everywhere.
Yeah, it was terrible. But whoever did that, true fan.
They did some math. But no,
I gotta get going here, guys, in a couple minutes.
Yeah, I gotta get going. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
But,
we're 1:45 in. Should we go ahead and wrap up with everything we've watched this week and come back next Sunday with some more nominations?
If we quickly let Sarah go first, and then she can go.
This week, I've been watching. Mainly, I've been in between just my recovery thing going on. Just catching up on Daredevil. I've got about 3 episodes left till I've seen all of the Netflix. I've been
patronizing again. Oh my god!
I've been binging Grimm. Also, kind of rewatching that. It's a fun show.
That's getting a reboot.
That's a good one.
Is it? Cool.
Oh, they're trying. It's gonna go.
That's pretty much. I've been like napping a lot, But I'm kind of past that stage. I'm getting on the other side of that now. It's kind of,
Hey, I napped for 6 months, so I'm with you. With your sister. I still nap now, but that's because I'm 47. I'm old.
You're young.
Don't smirk, Stormy. You know you as well, mate.
I'll be 62 this year.
Stormy is still older than me, but
I'm old. I am so old. When I was born, fire was in black and white.
Yeah. I know, 100%.
I had to fill out a bubble for the first time yesterday. It made me feel old. I filled a bubble that said 26 to 30 for the first time yesterday, and was like, well,
and when Stormy does it, it has to be, like that very last one. This is like 99 plus.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's in Roman numerals. That's how, when I get up there.
Can't even be bothered.
Stormy just says, I am the Blue Wizard. I am an Astari.
Yeah.
Gandalf, you've seen Saruman, you've seen Radagast. Then
I'm checking off the boxes that are in that have exponents on it,
The exponents.
Infinity symbol.
Yeah.
Oh, Sarah, I've got to make a bold statement as well that what I watched this week, and I hated it, I've watched 2 things with is her name Sarah Heady?
Sounds right, but
the Queen from Game of Thrones.
Lena Headey.
Who's Sarah Connor from
yeah,
Chronicles. Heady?
Lena Headey or Heady, yeah.
Lena. Right.
Yeah.
So I started to watch Station 23. Beacon 23.
Oh, yeah.
Beacon 23.
Shit.
Really?
I've watched 2 episodes.
It is. I mean, I really tried to get into it, and the story was just so mangled is the word that comes to mind. Yeah.
Why is there a lighthouse in space? I'm going to keep going. I am going to keep going. But so far, I'm 2 episodes in, and I am bored out of my fragile little mind.
Dude,
but then I watched Dread. And my God, that's a good film with Carl Urban.
I like that movie a lot. It's been a while since I watched it, but it's good. Yeah, that's good.
Every time I watch it, it gets a bit better.
And Beacon 23 got renewed for another season, as I understand it.
Sorry?
Didn't Beacon 23 get renewed for a second season?
I believe it did, because it's been saved by
MGM.
Whoever.
MGM. Yeah.
Is that an Apple?
Paramount.
No.
Beacon 23. That's an MGM Plus show.
Oh, MGM.
It was MGM. It's been took over by somebody else, but I forget who. But anyway,
it was their trying to be It was their trying to sci-fi foothold show while they had Billy the Kid, I guess, for their trying to be like a Western foothold at the same time. Yeah.
I loved it. Anyway, I'm not loving it, but I love Dread. Freaking love Dread. I'm going to watch it again in a few weeks.
It's good.
And then I've just been watching Leverage Redemption because it's the best show ever made. So, Stormy?
It sounds fun. What you watch?
This week, let's see. I finished up binging The Expanse, and then I started binging All Mankind, and there's something else in there I watched. I finished watching the last half of the last season of Yellowstone. I finally got around to that.
Heyo, did you enjoy it?
It was so discordant. It was.
I was so disappointed with the end of Yellowstone.
Yeah, I mean, they should have ended when he got assassinated.
There was just an awful lot of
spoiler.
Look,
back and forth, and swirling around, and
I can do this horse thing, and then I can stop quickly. I go, yeah, we've seen you do this loads of times already. Stop doing it. Brilliant. Oh, look, there's a mountain. Oh, no, there's mountains. It was about 2 hours worth of television stretched over like 6 hours. It wasn't. I didn't enjoy it. I was really disappointed with it. I felt like that the first half, to be honest. I felt like it was like 2 hours stretched over like 6 episodes.
Yeah.
There's just an awful lot of horses running up and down doing that.
The bad thing is, I think I prefer that second half over the first half.
Nothing happened in the last season, really.
No.
Not what happened.
The big event, spoilers, the big event that happened in the last season was the tribe got the land back.
Jamie got.
Well, yeah, and he got thrown in a canyon, which should have happened in season 3, probably, you could argue.
Yeah, I would always argue kill the Jamie.
Kill the Jamie. Well, that
the red shirt.
The 2 big things that stood out to me that didn't make sense, or at least weren't handled well, was Jamie dying and the lack of agency Jamie had in the season. This dude's been extremely conniving, and also he doesn't know where his loyalty lies. He has very heavy loyalties on both sides, and we don't see his thought process on the end of everything. And then also, as much as I love Beth, badass character,
brilliant.
She's evil. She is a bad human being. She does not need to be the hero at the end of the show. She's been set up the entire time to take a fall for the family, and she should have taken a fall. I understand you're not going to have Kevin Costner, so you need Beth and Rip to go off and do their own new spin-off show. But that did a disservice to the entire series.
Is it really going to be a spin-off show? Is it really going to be?
Yeah, no. Madison, and then there's another one as well.
They're still negotiating, I think, but I think that's the plan, yeah.
Theirs is for sure. There are 2 for sure. There's the Madison, and then also Beth and Rips. And then there's 2 others that are iffy, and one would be following Jimmy and Taylor Sheridan's character on the 4-6s ranch, and then the other one, I think, would be a continuation, maybe following Casey and his part of the family, but that's iffy.
Well, one thing I always had trouble, drumming up sympathy for Beth and Rip's character. I mean, if you go back and watch the first 2 episodes of season 1, Rip is just cruel. Just cruel. Great character, but just I don't have any sympathy for him. He could die, in an anthill, and I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, but he was so popular they kept him around, didn't they? Yeah. Right, okay then.
Anyway, that's what I watched.
I don't care what you watch. This is going to be a list of movies no one else watched.
No, actually, the one big one though, which we haven't mentioned at all,
Captain America.
Oh, excuse me. What was that? Captain America: Brave New World. Which is not as bad as that, huh?
It's that good.
Oh well.
You watch Section 31.
It's a
I'll
movie.
wait for Disney Plus.
Y'all know me, and my roommates. One of my roommates came with me to see it, and the other one did not. And we came home, and my roommate was shocked with me saying it because y'all know me well enough. I'm gonna tell you to go see a bad movie to go form an opinion on it. Don't watch this movie till it's on streaming. It's not worth it.
He's got magic wings in it, though, isn't it? Isn't he like
the critical drinker can get a little crass, can get a little harsh on the opposing side of whatever, of the last couple of years. But he said a really good video about it. He said, I'm not calling him Falcon. I'm calling him because he's got Falcon. He's got Falcon's wings, the shield, Captain America's shield, Ant-Man's helmet, and vibranium wings, or wings that have been reinforced with vibranium. So he's got Wakandan gadgets. So he said, we'll call him Black Ant Falcon Man. Captain Black Ant Falcon Man. Because he's essentially Black Panther, Ant-Man, Captain America, and Falcon just homage-podged into one. And the whole movie is 1,000 times. It's a
main thing is everything that happens in that movie is physically possible for a human being, and his bones 100% wouldn't have been turned to dust and his insides to smush, which they would have been. Bye, Sarah. Love you. Bye.
Bye. I gotta go.
Toodles.
Bye.
It was just such a mess.
It looks a mess from
the one thing I will give it is, and most people, I will be in the minority for this. I know it because I guess I'm just becoming cynical or something. I don't freaking know. I tend to be optimistic and jovial, but I would rather watch this over Deadpool and Wolverine any day because at least it has a story that it follows from start to finish. Where Deadpool Wolverine it's just clips. It's a movie of clips. It's a clip movie that doesn't actually have something to say. This doesn't have much to say, but it at least has a succinct story. And even though it doesn't feel like a Captain America movie, it's a Marvel movie. This is just picking up on a lot of questions that have been lingering in the MCU. It's like, it's a spiritual sequel to the Eternals. It's a direct sequel to the Incredible Hulk. The vast majority of its cast is Incredible Hulk characters, and it just isn't what it could have been. I'll make a whole video. We'll talk about another stream, whatever we all want to do. I can talk about this all day, but also it's not going to be anything different than anybody else has said because everyone is poo-pooing it, and I think we're all in a similar mindset. It's just there. It's just there.
I'm no interest in watching this, but I will be going to watch the next one.
Thunderbolts.
Yeah, that looks really good. I do like the fancy that.
Oh, I do remember one other thing I watched all of the Jurassic Park films this last week.
Hell yeah.
Outside
of that, though, SG-1 in the background a little bit. Been keeping up with Invincible, the new episode of Invincible. And Invincible is fan-frickin-tastic. And the only other thing I've seen in the theaters is One of Them Days, which is a straight-up just comedy right now, which is fresh and it's nice. And it was really funny. It was really good. Mm-hmm. I think that's all I've seen, though. Mm-hmm.
I am going to go now, but Tech and Pulse podcast will probably not have a video tomorrow because my new car comes and I'm probably going to be playing with it.
Car?
I'm getting a new car, and it's one of those Chinese jobbies who's got loads of toys on it. So I'm gonna play. So I can't be asked to do a video, but we'll see. I might have time. You never know. But yeah, it's been emotional, guys. I'm glad I think we've got a really good list today. I'm really happy with it. I dropped my pen.
Hard fought list.
Yeah, but that's good. That's good that we're actually like
too much like work.
I didn't fight it. It's not really fighting when you win. It's just winning.
I can still retype everything that goes on anything.
Name on the door, baby. That's my new motto. It's not even accurately true. But it's a good motto. Anyway, good night, gentlemen. I'm going to go make myself a snack, and then I'm going to bed.
Go to bed. Y'all be good. Have a safe week.
All right,
y'all as well.
Bye.
We will see everybody throughout the week and keep y'all posted. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. And
love. Love you, Jay. Love you, Harris.
See y'all.